Alright everybody, welcome back to another video of Assassin's Creed Origins. So each time I turn this stream on for this game, as you guys know, this is a complete step-by-step walkthrough. Literally taking this step to get to this point, my recommendations on how to do something, as as well as just general tips and tricks of getting around in the game. You know, some of the things we talked about is just making sure you take advantage of all the synchronized points, clearing out your regions, tips on how to avoid combat as much as possible while still getting experience, or just general brawler techniques as well. So we're going to continue with another installment of this, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So, time to load on in. So last time, guys, we had just uncovered the pyramids, and just for a little bit of a fun part for you new players, showed you that one of the very fun things that you can do in this game is literally climb the pyramid and surf your way down. So, with that being said, we're going to get back on track here. If you remember, if you were here last time, you remember we were actually looking for Aya, Bayek's wife. We had just done some of the synchronized points. As you can see, we've got some undiscovered locations as well. So, getting back on track, we're going to go to requests. Now, if you look, we have side quests here, or event quests, and here's our main quest. Aya, level 10. So we were in the red on the last video, but we made it to where this quest is now in the white, which means that we are in a good spot to actually be able to, hold our own in here. So if we wanted to, we could hit this, but we're going to go ahead and bang out this little side quest here. See which direction we have to go on the map here. So it's right over here, and now again showing you the benefits of the fast travel points. Instead of having to run all the way back across to ride our camel, simply take the fast travel, bypasses, and saves a lot of time. Alright, now that we fast traveled, hop on down and head on into the temple. Saves you a lot of time and hassle. And here's our good buddy.
Bayek, what good fortune! I thought it would be years before we saw you again.
Hail in peace, Menahet. How is your family?
The children seem to grow larger by the minute. My wife and I have our hands full. And you? Is there any news of...
None.
I forget myself.
There we go.
Ready to see our beautiful temple?
Now with some of these side quests, you can literally just bypass through it.
Servant of the goddess.
Menahet will do for one as good as family.
It is far from the sorry ruin of my last visit.
Yamu now plays constant host to ceremonies showing our rustic way of life, which attract many visitors with more gold than sense.
A description well suited to Alexandrians. How does this sit with your faith?
I confess that my thoughts are sometimes uneasy.
The cool thing about doing these side quests, and this is why I recommend it for you history buffs, you can kind of see a little bit of the rituals that they went through. Like I said before, this game does actually get in there and show a little bit of, that's what we want to use here. Historical accuracy.
Jewels of my life, why have you left your mother's side?
Pick me up, Uncle Bayek!
Sit down. There's no need to attack a man from behind. We're not numbering him 4 to 1.
You taught us to secure every advantage possible over a dangerous foe.
Yes. And I am very dangerous! Hide well, for the wanderer stalks your path.
So now we get a little fun bit. It's a little cute. There's one. You gotta find the children. Two, three. And 4. This guy's right outside the door.
You found me. Your turn to hide.
Come away from there, Nyla. You're getting in the priest's way.
So we head out here. And you don't do anything to the kids, obviously. You just literally gotta run up to them.
Keba, what in the name of the gods are you doing down there?
I wanted to hide, but now I can't get back out. I'm scared.
Stay calm. I will help you out of there.
Oh. There you go.
This way.
Thank you, Uncle Bayek.
So that takes care of 2. Literally just had to break down the wall. So you see, for a little bit of experience, it's a cute moment. Head back into the temple. This last one is down here.
Beast, you will meet your end at the hands of the mighty gladiator Sorius.
Stay back!
And last but not least, this kid has decided to climb to the top somehow.
Asina, you must come down from here.
This would be a good place to watch the stars.
Only the priests are permitted here. You know that.
Yes, but I want to see.
Ash, come down now. We can watch stars from the riverbank. Your father wants you to go. That's the last of the children. I will tell Menehet that the children are safe.
So now we gotta go tell his dad to keep a better eye on his kids.
Look at this! Fraud abounds in your market, and you claim you can do nothing?
The dealings of the market are beyond me. Speak rather to the offending merchant.
Priest, you have proven as false as your mummies.
Menehet, your brood is delivered safely home.
Thank you, friend.
And what did that fool want with you?
Some visitors, having purchased religious objects, are angry when our village has no more dead cats to sell them. Though not a merchant, I am often the means by which the aggrieved snuff their anger.
This matter needs a firm hand.
There you go. Quest completed. And you're almost to level 9. And it gives you a new quest. Let's go take a look here.
These cat mummies are false.
Greetings. I am...
You have come to the right place, Neb. We have everything you could possibly want.
What I want is to ask about false idols sold at the market.
I have heard rumors of such, but there is nothing to them. Now leave if you want to avoid trouble.
So it looks like somebody has something to hide.
I won't pay 1 drachma for this.
These cat mummies are false.
Tell me of the fake mummies being sold here.
I have no desire to be dragged into this.
Menehet sent me. Your silence is an insult to his holy office.
I wish to anger neither him nor the gods. We are forced to sell items of lesser quality, or see our stalls destroyed.
Who's behind this?
I can say no more now. Let us meet tonight, where the village turns to farmland.
The merchant is on his way to the farm. Simply just gotta follow this guy. Let him get a little bit of a heads up. So I'm going to cut across here. You're one of the best merchants we deal with. Continue the good work. We're going to send you a big stock of mummies. We need them to be sold by the end of the month. Somehow...
My friend, I am glad to see you have kept our appointment. Come, sit with me and share a drink of wine.
I do not have time for that.
It is a beautiful night. Let us enjoy the coolness of the air for a moment before turning to business.
Merchant, I am not here to take in the air. Who is behind the traffic of false icons?
Well, you see, it is no simple story. There are many involved in this terrible affair, but they would all tell you the same thing. Pity
Oh, look at the
just
kitty.
man, for he suffers great pain. Seek evil, and you will always find it. This one's a worthy fighter. I say his curiosity will be fatal. I cannot wait to see what your guts look like. The path to knowledge is perilous.
There we go. One down. And... break his guard. Remember, quick strikes. Lock on if you need to. Break his guard. And we've now just eviscerated 3 different guys.
A man who fights as well as you can perhaps afford to be trusted.
Talk, or you will meet the same fate as your friends.
That will not be necessary. Among the dunes, southeast of here, is the bandit camp where the fake mummies are made. I suppose you will go and destroy it now.
Better I smash the camp than your head.
And now that we found out the fake camp, or the camp where the fakes are being sold,
Destroying these forgeries will hand a favor of the gods. As Ra lives, it's a disgrace.
So we head on out. Call our camel. Remember, your camel can do a little bit better running through the desert. Now we do have a guard here. Animal over there hunting. So as you can see, we got a fair amount of work to do here. Highlight over their heads real fast. Fly right on past this guard. Guard is down. We'll stir the camp up into a frenzy because they're going to see the body. Oops. And be careful you don't press the wrong button. I'll draw their attention that way. And then you can slowly just sneak on down the hill. And got spotted because we didn't go far enough away.
What is this?
So if you make a mistake, fighting combat always comes back to the same. Quick and easy strikes.
That's not to draw attention here.
Now remember to clear out the objectives. So if you look on the bottom left of your screen, you'll see loot the, kill the captain, loot the treasure. So we whistle on over. Wait for him to get a little closer. Before he knows what's happening, we've just bloodied him up. And a couple more pots to smash.
Rest easy. Now that this is done.
And we take on our last guy here.
What? I'll kill you.
Remember, anytime you're fighting somebody with a shield, easiest way is a heavy strike to break their block. Break their block again. Fast, easy strikes. So we got back on track, Gamer, on the last section. Remember, we ended with doing a little fun piece of flying, riding up to the pyramids, climbing to the top, and then surfing on down. So we're still on the same quest of trying to find his wife, Aya. Just did a couple of side quests here, just to gain a little bit more experience. So once again, the fast travel comes in handy. And it takes time because there's so much to do in this game. That's why I decided to do these videos, is to show players like you, because any seasoned Assassin's Creed player is going to understand the concept of looking for the synchronized points, looking for quick ways to get in and out of battles. Now you're going to make mistakes in your fights, I did on that bandit camp, but it comes down to your fight. If you make a mistake on the stealth part of it, you can make up for it by making sure that your battle mechanics are down straight. So when it comes to quick strikes, breaking guards like I did on the last guy with the shield,
Tonight, we will stage a grand spectacle. Our goddess Sekhmet defends the people against Isfet's chaos.
And if you spread it out over time, you're not going to keep up with it. So being able to say that I've played every game that's come through.
Sekhmet bless you. His home is near the market, but check the tavern first. It pains me to ask you for a further favor. Hamu does like a drink now and again.
So now that we leveled up, remember we come over to our abilities, check our tree, see which skills it is that we wanted to look for. So either overpower, attack and push, easy way to kill people off of buildings. Now remember, I was working on the kill loot, so in order to get to that, we want to do this one, and then bring it up to where you can now hijack people as well. But still needed more ability points. So we're going to track our quest here. Now remember, anytime it says objective is near, break out Senu. And remember, we're looking for the yellow circle to get smaller. Bam. Now Senu's found our target. We don't have to search that hard or wait for it to be in our visual view.
This must be Pam. Ugh. Man stinks of beer.
Oh, thank you. I've been trying to get him to leave for hours.
So pick this dude up. And we're going to take him back to work. The best era for realism starts with Origins. All of them, really. If you go and look at history books, look at artwork, look at everything that you can see, starts in Origins, really. That's when Ubisoft really started getting it down to the detail. Now, it's not to say that, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, and all that weren't historically accurate. They got some things, but the storylines were more character-based. Here, a lot of this is based on historical.
What has happened to him?
What do you look for as far as perks? Explain a little bit more of your question.
Sekhmet has exceeded fight is all that is needed, I could replace him.
Of course, Magi. You honor yourself in saving me from disgrace. Speak to the high priest in the temple courtyard. He will take care of the rest.
Like things about the game that makes them better. The biggest thing that Ubisoft does, starting in my opinion, starting with Origins and moving up to Valhalla, is the graphics. They really draw you in on the graphics portion of it.
Your Holiness, I am here to fight for Sekhmet.
You're not Pamu. He was meant to play Sekhmet.
Pamu is ill. He is recovering at the temple.
Fine. Follow me.
Storyline is obviously a good thing because you want to know what's going on. You know, one of the things that Origins does is it draws you in because of Bayek's quest to avenge his son. Odyssey brings people in on the quest if, you know, somebody's trying to figure out two things. A, to kill the people behind his family's disruption.
You must stay vigilant.
Do not fear. Sekhmet will receive a fine tribute.
We give thanks for your presence on this sacred.
Oh, I'm sure there will, but it's going to be hard-pressed to find a good one. They've given a lot of credence to many different eras. You know, they even took it to London where you have Jack the Ripper. They, you know, took a lot of everything from every major point in time.
Condemn Yamu to 100 seasons of darkness. But should your hearts be pure, the goddess shall favor us, shielding us from the obscurity.
They've talked about it, but I don't know how much they would actually be able to do with that. Who is this boss? This is just a side quest. So they're doing a tribute at this temple based on one of the gods' fights. So you just have to survive. This is one champion that they put in. Every fight is almost always the same. If you block right, hit your heavy attacks. Gods like Zeus, yeah, so you have... But you're thinking of the Egyptian gods. Sekhmet, Ahmed, Ra.
cleave the darkness. Sekhmet's might enlivens your arm. The lioness's fangs will cleave the darkness. Look, his weapon is bathed in Sekhmet's fire.
Which one is Isfet?
Sekhmet's might enlivens your arm. The warrior of Sekhmet keeps back chaos. Sekhmet looks.
There we go. So yeah, in Egyptian, when we say gods, you're thinking of like Zeus, yes.
I could swear you were the Blood Eater herself.
Ah. No, the priest's recounting of the battle between the goddess and Isfet was new to me.
It is a tale of his own invention. You will not hear it outside Yamu. Would that you'd agree to stay with us longer, but I know that greater duties call me.
I'll say goodbye to the children before I leave.
Do so. They'll miss you. You are always welcome in Yamu, whenever your journeys bring you to our north.
Keep the mask and staff of the goddess as poor tokens of our respect.
So. What do we got?
Medjai, great warrior, come. I sell you what you want. Need it? I have it. If I don't have it, you don't need it. Reda has your back in these desolate lands.
You are but a boy. How did you come by such fine treasure?
Plucked from the ancient lands of the desert, the sunken vessels of the Nile, refined by handmaidens of the gods. Weaponry forged in Nubian mines, Persian jewels, and Assyrian treasures. I have it all.
I see. You are well traveled for such a young man.
Old wisdom, Ned. I have acquired from long nights in the desert with my camel.
I will see what you have.
Come, look around. If you want good, Ned, I have other jobs too.
So. We have another little side quest. We're going to try and push up to level 10. Our target is up here. So, to quickly get to it, we're going to fast travel up because we only have a certain amount of time to finish it. So as you can see, it's 305 meters away. We'll hop on down now. Doesn't look like this target is moving. But if you wanted to play it safe and catch up to it quickly, now we're going to get a little closer, right here on the fence line. And then we use Senu, let the circle get smaller. And there's your target. Now, based on this and the fact that that looks like a brazier up there, it means you're going to go into an enemy location. So we're going to move even closer. And as expected, this is actually an outpost.
I should not be seen in this area.
This way, if we mess up, guys, remember to hit your braziers.
What are you playing at?
Draw him in. And quest completed. Easy as that. Now we've gone to level 10. We're ready for the next quest. Damage and health have also increased as well. I think we went the wrong way up the tree here. It's alright. You can use those skills anyway. You're gonna make mistakes. Keep a close eye on the tree. Try to, make sure that you're hitting along the right lines. Move along here. Now we bring him up because we weren't paying attention and we screwed up the arrow shots. Drop on down. And because this guy needed to stick his nose in things. Problem solved. And now we're on the run because we don't need to worry about these guys. We've completed the location. So the reason why I jumped on that quest, should you take your time, to be efficient. I mean, if you really wanted to be extremely thorough and efficient, yes, take your time, kill every guard, practice, get to every question mark location. You got your hippopotamus layer that we just discovered. It gives you 25 experience. So literally all these question marks are going to give you experience. So if you hit all those points, if you do all the side quests, all your synchronized points, the question marks areas, the undiscovered locations, and the synchronized points, they're easy ways to get free experience. So if you hit every spot, you can literally make sure that, you know, when it's time for to, you know, get to the next point of the main story, like with this one here, going to our quest, our main story, walking in, if we hadn't done the side quest, done the synchronized points, we wouldn't be at level 10. We'd be going into a fight that we aren't ready for. So once you get far enough in the game, you get to a certain point, you're going to notice that vendor popped up here. He's going to give you a little side quest, but he has daily marketplace stuff that you can do as well. Now he also rotates locations as well. So real quick before we go any further, we're going to fast travel back to here. See if he's still there in the area. But there's a lot of different ways to be a fishing gamer. It depends on how you're fighting. If you're fighting with a spear versus a sword. All the grayed out areas, undiscovered locations, yes. An easy way to get some experience, you could literally take your camel, ride through every area, and just quickly unlock all the areas. You gotta ride quickly because when you get to those high areas, they're gonna chase you down. If they catch you, they will kill you. And depending on the level of the area that you're in. No, you're not repeating. I'll answer any question. So no, he's not still here. Okay. Yeah, another easy way to get experience in each area that you see this, find the papyrus. You know, it's just quick and easy experience, you know, that you can get. So, because we did not get into this area yet, we can't fast travel, so we're going to pick a spot here. There should be a boat here. Now once we land here, I'll show you why getting that marketplace vendor that I was talking about, why doing some of his quests are important. So by doing his quests, right, we come over to our gear, I finish what he asked of me, and then we come over here to outfit. And by completing his quest, we actually have legendary outfit here. So you can simply equip that, and now you've got a brand new costume. And you got some experience out of it. So, we need a boat. There's a boat right there. This is why it never hurts to do some of these side quests. You never know what kind of cool little goodies you're going to get off of them. So, we're going to jack this dude's boat. Turn the boat. And away we go. We're off to Alexandria. Another area discovered, some more experience. Don't have to fight right this second, but if you wanted to clear the location, you could. So we can move in. But no, don't hesitate to ask any questions. That's the point of these videos, or the streams, is to simply, you know, go through everything. So you being a newer player to the game, you're going to have more questions. So anybody who comes in watching, they're going to get some of their questions answered if they see this. So now we've discovered Alexandria. So now as you can see on the map, brand new area. And the missus is on the other side. A couple of synchronized points. So before we go talk to the missus, we're going to go do our synchronized points real quick. Now one thing I want to show you too, if you weren't here, I did mess up here. If you notice, I did not follow the tree properly. So I do actually have to go and fix and come across here. climb on up. Another location. Parkour onto the ledge. Yeah, so that's why I said be careful, pay attention. You know, it's not a big deal, but now I just wasted all those experience points going the wrong way on the tree. So now I've got to wait a little bit before I can actually get it. Now, if you notice, at the top of the map there is another papyrus piece. So we call on Senu, and we mark this. We mark it there. Again, it's all free experience. All you simply got to do is climb on through. Walk on in. Interact with it. Papyrus is done. Location completed. Extra experience. It's like I'm going to keep stressing this. Easy experience. Keeps you moving.
The car is gone. So few Egyptians.
There's our synchronized point.
So sad to see the Serapion so quiet.
Now, if you find that you're pushing up when you're climbing a building, simply push up on your thumbstick and press A at the same time. He will do a little bit of a running leap up the wall to gain a slightly bit of higher ground. So yeah, now that we got that undone. As you can see, contracts are opening up. Avenge so-and-so, find and kill the perpetrators. So it's another easy quest to do. You find the guard that killed that player, and you go and avenge him. So do we have any more questions? Does the armor help you? To an extent. So if you go to your gear, in later games, yes it will. But if you notice, really, you just have a shield. You have a little bit of armor here, but all it does is your melee. In this case, the outfit is just for cosmetics looks. When you get to Odyssey, when you get to Valhalla, then the armor actually has an advantage. But really, your only armor that actually matters for this game is your shield and your bracers. You have a stabilizer glove that helps your range damage. I mean, a couple of things do help, but it doesn't really change on the look. It's the same with, let me see if it'll do it. Your mount. It's on my other profile. So my other profile actually has a very special mount. It's a battle ostrich. So, but it doesn't change anything. He doesn't run faster. He doesn't do more damage or anything. He doesn't have any special powers. Again, it all just... While Odyssey started the expansion for open world and everything like that, it didn't give you a lot. Odyssey really did a number when it comes to the open world and expansions on that. Now, be careful when you climb up on these things. Because if you notice, the bush is actually over here to do your leap of faith. So now that we've done that, now what you're going to discover in this game as well, and it's kind of an interesting piece of the story, is Bayek's wife is a lot more bloodthirsty than he is. Your what? You're going to discover that Bayek's wife is a lot more bloodthirsty.
Serapis. The snake will get his answer.
Out of the way! I wrote this.
All writings are to be
My friend Aya Mongol is in the scrolls.
I gotta find a way in. Well, if you think about it, you gotta remember the main part of the story is revenge for their their killed son. So, answer this for yourself. As a mother, would you, do you think you'd be more bloodthirsty for revenge, or do you think your husband would be?
Alright. Serapis. Now what? Where is Aya?
Ah, Serapis. I wrote a tragic comic pastoral epic centered on him.
Ah.
Think both would be equal?
I am sorry, my good fellow. You appear to be drunk. This library is for serious scholars only. She's in hiding.
Who are you?
Ah, interested in Homeric verse, eh? This way, please. I am Aya's cousin, Phanos.
Ah, yes, Vanos. Nice to meet you in person. Tell me what is happening with Aya. Why are you being so discreet?
Gennadius sent his men on a house-to-house search. Often they drag people into the street.
I know if anything happened to her kids, he wouldn't settle till it was even scored. I would like to think that I would be more bloodthirsty or just as equally, but I'm gonna give that one over to the mom every time. Moms always have that connection with their children on a more personal level because they came out of the mom.
In any case, he made a hiding place available to Aya after she ran into trouble.
But what happened? You do not answer me.
It is a mess of political intrigue. She will explain all. Fear not.
Look! There's Phanos! He thinks he's a poet! The modern Sophocles. You must hear his epic poem.
Not always sure. Yeah, it depends on the mom.
This is as far as I go. The way to Aya is found in the monument ahead.
Alright, so as you can see, we gotta climb up.
Right there. Have a little faith.
Remember, anytime you go into a new area as well. Anytime you go into any area, remember, use your Animus Pulse and see what you have to look at. So as you can see, we've got one here.
I missed you.
Never again should we spend months apart. We only have each other. Without him, what?
Let us be together. Us two. Each to each.
I have news.
You are scarred by justice.
I bludgeoned Medunamun with this.
I hate that we have to do these things. But I am grateful that you did.
If I am honest, I took pleasure in it. I've missed your touch.
I have missed touching you. I killed as well. Actaeon. I hunted him down and discovered a mask in his room.
Again, Ubisoft does a great job of putting in the content and the quality to the
Forced
content.
him to wear it. Then I thrust this knife through his eye slits.
Aya.
But I was careless. Another of the masked ones tracked me to my home. It was even more difficult.
We have one more. Then, we will be done.
And like any adult, it's a little bath time hanky-panky.
I took it from Actaeon. Apollodorus tells me it is a papyrus from the Royal Council, which means the snake is in Ptolemy's court.
How does this Apollodorus know these things?
He has informants everywhere, because of his work with Cleopatra.
But Cleopatra? She's been declared a criminal.
By her treacherous brother, yes. She plans to take back the throne. She wants the snake dead as much as we do. And she trusts me. She gave me this to slit his throat. It's an ancient blade that killed the tyrant Xerxes.
And now you get your hidden
A
blade.
weapon of justice.
Now, as you can see, the cool thing here, what you don't realize at the time, that's a reference to Assassin's Creed Odyssey already.
Ingenious. I will go to the palace and discover who uses the seal of the snake. And I will use this.
You'll find plenty of information in the Royal Scribe's office. He spends his time at the bathhouse. Go search the palace while he's away.
And you?
I cannot leave here as long as Gennadios walks the streets.
What's this?
That leads to the docks. I can't believe Thanos had you go through the pit. I cannot leave here as long as Gennadios walks the streets.
So we need to go and find Gennadios.
In addition to the snake, I will see what I can learn of this Gennadios and silence him.
Discover who the snake is and show him the face. There. I'll meet you at the Paneo. You have killed both the snake and Gennadios.
My heart aches until I see you again.
run into the pit again. There it is, the sickle sword. And we're constantly tracking gear as well. So now we need to go and kill the man who's hunting your wife. Now that we got our hidden blade, there's no more takedowns. It's straight up assassination time. There he is. Now that you got your hidden blade and you can actually perform air assassinations, my advice is always try to take the high ground, if possible. Canadius, and as you can see, he's a high-ranking person with the yellow crown over his head and the yellow health bar. We're going to eliminate the guard so that way he doesn't get involved in the fight that's about to happen.
Out of the way. What's wrong with you?
And we targeted the wrong person. Well, both these guys are rough. So we don't have the great assassination skills yet, so this is where upgrading your skills in the right manner will help as well. Okay. Now it's just one-on-one. and desynchronization. So pick your fights carefully. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to actually take a moment and try to plan ahead on the fight. Watch where they're walking. So now as you can see, we just took out a guard.
This place is heavily guarded.
Hey, what? Look out the edge. Damn it! Walking fast. There. Getting tired? There you are.
Is there a way to heal? No, not in this game. You pretty much have to stay alive and get out of the fight as best as you can. So sometimes, you want to try different terrains where you can knock people over. I brought him up to the roof that time because sometimes if you can get them to the edge, you can actually knock them off the roof.
Guards here are vigilant.
Hey! Hey, keep your weapon.
Find this woman. She has murdered a friend of the royal court.
At your command, Philakatai.
So now we can come down.
Hey, work together.
Now he's dead. This is why you always pick your spots carefully. So if you notice, by picking your spots where you can assassinate him from up top, even though we couldn't kill him with a simple assassination, we were actually able to eliminate most of his health to where he was simply a one-tap hit when he got up. We kill off all the guards that are going to get in the way here. Run back over. Confirm our kill here.
Why have you dragged me into the land of the dead?
You sought to kill my wife.
Your whore of a wife is a murderess, willfully and wantonly. I did my duty as a Philakatai, and for this you have taken my life. Is your vengeance above all law, Medjay? Be warned. The Philakes will hunt you down and exact his
So now this opens up a new element to the game.
Walk beside you. The Lord of the Duat awaits.
So the Philakatai were like, special enforcers to whoever's in charge as well. The Falakis are after you. There you go. So once you complete this quest, now you have to worry about these Falakis that are going to be roaming the area, and they will attack on sight if they see you, and they are extremely difficult to fight. So you need to make sure that this is where your combat abilities, your leveling up is, everything's on point. So now that we made it to level 11, we're going to start fixing our little issue here of you can equip the second melee weapon. Now over here I wanted to show you guys this as well. This is another reason why the synchronized points are also important. For every synchronized point, it increases sinners' perception raised by synchronizing viewpoints to tag your enemies more easily. So it makes using the bird a lot easier, and it doesn't take as long to search for things. And since this guy wants to run his mouth real quick, now he's going to have to die. Since we're already here, we might as well take a look around. There's our treasure. And since this guy decided to take a leak. Really? Now this little chicken wants to run and get back up. Shoot him in the knee. Boom. Come on down. And we desynchronized. Again, we didn't tag all the guards. So again, if you're going to do a location like that where you know there's a heavy guard presence, tag the guards, know what's close by before you jump into a fight. So go back to our quests. The end of the snake. We're close to level 12 already. So there's not a way to heal. No. Basically, the only way to heal is to get out of combat. You literally have to walk out of it to where you're no longer being noticed, or take, I believe it's 30 to 60 seconds, something like that. I haven't actually timed it. So where your character will heal on his own. But if you're in the middle of combat, you're not have it here. Odyssey gives you an option. Valhalla really gives you an option to where you can heal mid-combat. But Origins does not have it. So I have a level 5 quest still. This is, if you remember, Bayek's Promise. What Bayek's Promise was is that he's going to travel around Egypt for his son and interact with the stone circles. So you literally have to go through the entire map and discover all the stone circles. That's why it's still a level 5 and it's not completed. So this guy's getting froggy here. We're going to pull him in, have him take a flower nap. Come on over here and smell the flowers too, buddy. Remember, hiding in the bushes is a great way to call your guards over, bring them in, and then you don't have to carry the body in. Now, pollinated him. Yes, we did. If you notice, even on headshots, target's still too strong. Okay, so pick your moments. Target's still too strong. So we simply are just trying to work our way through. So we're going to climb. Personally, the way that I play, I try to play each area is I do as much stealth as possible. It's less fighting if you can lure the guards in. Might take you a little bit more time. 9 times out of 10 it won't if you actually take a few moments and look around you. Also, if you want to avoid a fight, the rooftops, easy ways to go. You can just travel along the ropes. Climb up. Now you're bypassing all the guards. Or a majority of them anyway. Now if you notice, a headshot here because they're level 9 area. But this level 12 also. So different guard statures will also do different things. If you notice, the last guys were nice and big and burly. Hard to shoot them in the head and do as much damage as to these skinnier guys. So pick your targets properly as well. Now another thing that doesn't hurt to check is if there's any Falakis. So your nearest Falaki's over here, so you can pretty much expect to get into a fight, but if you notice he's level 20. So he's going to wipe the floor with you pretty quickly.
Reports in from the provinces. Cleopatra seems to have at least some military support.
Do not inform Pothinus. It will make him impossible to deal with.
How can we rectify this?
If you're in the city, it depends on where you're at. So if again, remember, look at your upper red bar there. See how it's nice and red? You're pretty much going to be instantly spotted or a lot more susceptible to being spotted. See? Didn't even have to do much. It's one of the reasons why I enjoy the Predator bow so much is even if your target moves right at the last second, you can instantly correct it mid-air. Most amazing views, that would actually be kind of cool. Obviously we can't get in through the roof, so we're going to hop on down. We do have a couple of guards there. So we're going to try this a little stealthily. And we're going to go in through the back door. So if you notice, you're going to have investigation quests. Okay, we haven't really talked about this. It doesn't give you much of anything. You have to simply look around. Okay, so if you notice, you're going to see these symbols pop up here above an object.
These are the rooms of the royal scribe.
Now once you read it, if you notice, your quest bar actually moves forward. We're going to come over here.
Looks important. Looks important.
So we need to figure out how to be able to interact with that.
A ladder.
So if you notice, it's a ladder. Deduction says, let's use our animus pulse. See if we can find something. So you have one artifact there to look at. As you can see, there really is nothing over here, but we can interact there.
A key.
Now you found your key to get into the crate. Voila. Remember guys, there's almost always a way to do everything with little to no fighting, okay? Now some jobs, yeah, you're going to have to fight. Some targets you're going to have to kill and fight with the guards.
Royal scribe himself, Eudorus. False bottom. A letter.
Esteemed Ibis, the Pharaoh remains compliant and is our puppet in all things. Act with caution in Siwa. The murder of the Heron was but the first. Two from among us here in Alexandria have also been killed. However, the situation is under control. Gennadios is actively questioning the populace. We commend your efforts, Ibis. Long life.
Stamped with the seal of the snake. The snake is Eudorus, the royal scribe. I have said that the royal scribe is often at the bathhouse. I will kill that naked ear that Eudorus there.
Let him come on into the bushes and take him down. Welcome, Fulio. So as you can see, we're doing a little Assassin's Creed walkthrough, answering questions about the game. So the whole point of Fulio is we're just simply here we're doing for players like Gamer who just started in on Assassin's Creed, doing a walkthrough, just literally showing step-by-step tips and tricks, options of ways to get around in the game, just to help her or people like her. Alright. Quick takedown. And another one bites the dust.
Hey!
Something is not right. Eyes open, Philae.
So we're going to move on around here. Since this guy is too scared in his boots. And we're going to keep on trucking. Another idiot just walking along. Alright, well he really wants to play, so we're going to go ahead and finish him off. Remember, you can literally run through. Get his attention. And make him pay. Remember, curiosity literally killed the cat. So when they get curious to your location, make them pay for it. Now we've reached the tomb of Alexander the Great. Now we're in the bathhouse. So we're gonna go kill a naked man.
Aristo is taking Eudorus to court for plagiarism. No. I was visiting the docks and heard it from Aristo's wife herself. I love his horses badly. The building alone is worth his wife. Look up at that expansive ceiling. Simply divine.
Is everything to your liking, my lord? The water is a bit tepid. Such incompetence.
Ptolemy is a chinless simpleton.
Attack on sight here.
So,
My lord, are you properly served?
obviously the game's literally not gonna make him naked, but he's in a bathhouse. And now you've just drowned him in his own bathwater. And he just sliced off his own finger.
with it!
May the gods curse you. What cause have you to kill me?
So a little thing about the assassins. Back then, early on, before they evolved into later bits,
You are a fool.
it was a sign of devotion to remove your finger. It's basically a sign of devotion to your cause.
Nothing to do with that disaster.
It is too late for your lies. Anubis awaits. It is worth the loss to slay the snake at last.
The snake. The snake will never die.
Son of Apep, the Lord of the Duat awaits.
So the idea behind the assassins is, you'll see this if you go back and play Assassins 1, 2, and 3. They talk about how you take no wives, no family, or you're devoted to the cause. So by removing your ring finger, you're not, it's like a symbol of saying you can never actually have a ring to be betrothed to anybody but the Assassin's Order. That's where, and this is where they show you that that is literally how that all came about.
Eudoros, killed! Oh, dear gods, he's been murdered. Look at the blood! But he was so handsome.
It's Eudoros, poor soul.
Shit. So now I got no clothes on and I gotta figure out how to fight my way out. And I gotta get out of conflict now. And there's no rooftop access. Basically, you gotta slowly walk out, and if the guards see you, you have to fight with your fists. And
Eudoros, killed! Oh, dear gods, he's been murdered. Look at the blood! But he was so handsome.
It's Eudoros, poor soul.
Whoever thinks they can mess with us is in for a surprise.
You're going to bleed.
What?
you time this right, you can do all your assassinations. Or a good majority of them. And just like that, as long as your combat's on point, you're now out of combat, and you're free to leave. It always comes down to timing, okay? If you time every assassination properly, no matter what, the end of the snake. So now if you want to run around in a bathhouse outfit, you're more than welcome to run around basically in your drawers and a towel. So now we go see the wife again.
My dearest.
The snake, Gennadios, are dead. It was Eudorus. He died flailing in the baths.
I wish I had been there.
You can see she's a bit of a savage herself. And apparently talking about killing is what gets these two going.
My wife. My wife.
So, with his finger gone, it's where the whole principle. This just shows the principle of the assassins. So if you go back and play Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2, and Assassin's Creed 3, this is where they talk about removing. You'll see plenty of times they reference removing the ring finger to show devotion. But later on in Assassin's Creed 2, they discuss how Leonardo da Vinci takes the knife and actually evolves it so that way you don't have to actually remove it anymore. It's an archaic way of showing devotion to the order.
Aya's here.
Who's Aya?
My ex-wife. I could feel her nearby.
You can feel her? Pretty sure that's the bleeding effect. Along with Bayek's memories, you're also experiencing his emotions.
No, you dork. I think she's actually in this cave. Spouses usually share the same tomb.
A second mummy? We should really report to Abstergo.
Maybe after I find Aya.
I'm gonna call it in if you don't.
Deanna, no! If you do it their way, I'll get no credit. They'll cut me out like always.
Okay.
There.
What is it?
The bleeding effect is... Still haven't found Aya. Come forth by day. She's down there. My turn for a leap of faith.
So as you see in the real world now,
Damn, that's cool. I was right.
so you're gonna see a lot of references or hear a lot of referring to the bleeding effect. One thing that changes as this game goes on is that when you come back to the real world, they start to share memories and abilities. So that's what they refer to as the bleeding effect. It's bleeding out from the animus into the present.
Well, can't chew my way out of here.
What are you doing now?
Climbing. And it's hard, so... Scuti, will you?
Fine. Let me know when you get to the top.
So this chick here works for technically what is the bad guys in Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3.
I'm going back in.
Why?
I took a DNA sample from Aya. I want to see her memories.
Look, I get that you're excited, but the more risks we take, the worse things could go for us.
It's my dream on the line here. Let me do this my way. Adding Aya's DNA to the chamber.
It'll take time to sequence. You won't be able to sync with her memories right away. Layla, something else you should know. Since you're mixing gene sequences in an uncontrolled manner, the transition between memories will likely be unpredictable.
That was real time? This is current real time right here.
Yeah? Well, I'm worried.
You always are.
Every time you load back into the machine, that is when you're going back in time, back into the historical memories of whoever, in this case, Bayek.
I told you! The Animus hasn't finished interpreting Aya's DNA yet!
Fine, fine. What is it?
A snake. What if he was not the last?
Of course he was the last. They are all dead. Justice is done. If there's any question, Apollodorus will know. He knows all.
Where will I find this man who knows so much?
He is with Cleopatra. But find his man first near the Hippodrome.
Hey!
I'll tell Thanos that Gennadios is dead and meet you later. Enjoy the Hippodrome. Don't lose all your money.
So what you're about to see here, so when you first start the game here, is 5 targets are here, right? What you're about to find out by completing these next set of quests is that there's actually several more targets on top of that, with one main target leading the rest of them. Okay? So, we are going to end it here. Alright, we're about 2 hours in. We're going to end it here. This is a good stopping point due to the fact that we're about to move forward even more into the story. There's going to be a lot more content to show you guys, so come Tuesday. Alright? We're going to upload the next, we're going to do the next installment. There's a lot more to show you. You're really going to see how the story expands. And there's going to be a lot of really good stuff that comes out. You're going to start getting involved with Cleopatra. You're going to start seeing more targets, how to do more of the clue huntings to get to these targets, because it's not in any specific order after that. Really, it's just eliminating, going from piece to piece to piece, and going through that. So, I appreciate everybody for being here for this one. I do apologize for being short. But, like I said, this is going to be a good transition point for the next video, and I will see you all later.